False.
There is absolutely a relationship between social class and culture. In the movie Pretty Women, we can see intricacies of this relationship clearly displayed.
Sugar, you looking for a date?
No, I want to find Beverly Hills. Can you give me directions?
Sure. $5.
This movie centers around a prostitute entering a higher culture than the one that she is familiar with. The juxtaposition of her low-class antics in a high-class society perfectly represents our study of how we affect culture and how culture conversely affects us. We put Julia Roberts' character into the island of meaning associated with prostitutes. Meanwhile, Richard Gere's character dabbles in all things elitist, like watching polo and seeing operas. These obvious differences clearly represent the impact social class has on the culture one consumes.
May I help you? I'm just checking things out. Are you looking for something in particular? No, well, yeah. Something conservative. Yes. You got nice stuff. Thank you. How much is this? I don't think this would fit you. Well, I didn't ask if it would fit. I asked how much it was.
How much is this, Marie?
It's very expensive.
It's very expensive.
Look, I got money to spend in here.
I don't think we have anything for you. You're obviously in the wrong place. Please leave.
In this scene of the same movie, we see the impact that the idea of hegemony and cultural capital has on the people of the lower class. This controlling of boundaries and access, discussed in the reading, is connected to the way that these high-class ladies look down upon low-class Julia Roberts and the culture that she's attempting to consume.
False.
Let's take a look at some images of how women are currently being portrayed in the media.
What you want with my body. Write what you want, say what you want about me. If you wanna know that I'm not sorry. Do what you want with my body. What you want with my body.
The images of females are sending a very clear message about where women stand in a masculine-obsessed world. In the Cutting Girls Down to Size reading, Jean Kilbourne notes that the essence of femininity is a woman's perfume, clothing, body, undergarments, and most importantly, her beauty.
Early morning, longer nights, time for private flights, crazy schedule, fast life. I wouldn't trade it in, cause it's our life.
Meanwhile, in Manland, Kilbourne also points out that men are shamed for being too weak or too soft.
What you wanna escape all of the crazy shit. You're the Maryland, I'm the president. I'd love to hear you say, do what I want with your body. Do what I want with your body. Back in the club, taking shots.
There was a glimpse in TV history where a mild shift occurred in gender portrayal as discussed in the article Warrior Women in Songs. Both Xena and Buffy show strong female main characters, but even still, both of these women are strikingly beautiful and represent the ideal female look.
False.
Terrifying moments for a woman who woke up to a strange man in bed with her. The woman screamed. Her brother rushed in to help and tried to fight the offender off. That break-in happened early this morning in the 500 block of Webster Drive in Huntsville. WFF 48's Elizabeth Gentle caught up with the victims. Elizabeth, emotions were running high.
And Mark, the woman, the victim, tells us that a man broke into her house and tried to rape her. Her brother went in and he tried to help her out, but the man got away, leaving behind, though, evidence of his visit. Kelly Dodson was asleep with a little girl inside their apartment on Webster Drive when
I was attacked by some idiot from out here in the projects.
Dodson says her attacker used a garbage can to climb onto the unit's ledge, open the upstairs window, and then he got in bed with her.
He tried to rape me. He tried to pull my clothes off.
Dodson struggled with her attacker, knocking over items in her bedroom. Antoine Dodson heard his sister scream and ran to help.
Well,
Obviously, we have a rapist in Lincoln Park. He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they raping everybody out here.
So imagine if this same news story was shown from the perspective of the rapist or of the cop. What is it about hide your kids, hide your wife that is so newsworthy? According to this news station and journalism team, the implied meaning is that rape occurs in lower-class African-American neighborhoods only. There is so much left out of the story that the audience doesn't even get to hear about. The type of behavior that is also at work in this news clip is not a reflection of what is actually happening in most of the world. The reading notes that the odds of children being molested by a stranger are far more remote than what the news is actually showing. So here again, the news is not focusing on the basis of reality, but more so showing whatever will rake in the most viewers in terms of excitement value.
False.
So I am here to refute the myth that there was nothing useful or interesting in this class, and I find that very easy because I found so many things really useful and interesting about this class, but the main thing that I want to focus on is the unit that we did on gender depiction in the media, because that really opened my eyes up to a lot of things that I was like super ignorant of before and I didn't even know. So I think what I can relate it the most to is the first reading that we did about the top model life, because I was like, wow, like I've watched so many America's Next Top Model marathons, like I know everything. The article Top Model Life talks about how this show is adding to the war on thinness for women.
But you're bigger than me, so it's like, doesn't your butt? It's definitely bigger. No way, Jose! I think your butt is big. Well, maybe because you're bigger in general than someone else. Yeah, in proportion to your body, it's like this. That's the anorexic, bro. Huh? No, dude, you what? You don't call anyone big in Model House.
But no, I didn't know anything. Like, there are so many awful things still happening with, like, media depictment and things like that, and just there's so much still wrong with the world, and it's still pretty awful. So I think now just being able to go forth and kind of be more aware and make other people more aware is really, really important and really interesting and really useful. So
the most useful part of this class was how applicable it was to everyday life. The advertising unit specifically was helpful in realizing how blind we are to the media around us.
An 81-year-old woman has been awarded $2.9 million after she sued McDonald's, claiming their coffee was too hot.
As a crew trainer at McDonald's, it wasn't until we read the article Java Jive that I knew the real reasons why we had certain procedures. For example, at my job, it's against policy to ever hand someone coffee without a lid on it. I used to think it was because the coffee is hot and you could spill it on someone, but we never had heard anything about this story. At least I hadn't through work or anything outside of it. I'm sure in the future there will be other situations that will remind me of topics I learned about in this class, and that's what made it so rewarding to study.
Have a rapist in Lincoln Park. He's climbing in your windows, he's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, because they're raping everybody out here. You don't have to come and confess, we're looking for you, we gon' find you, we gon' find you, so you can run and tell that, run and tell that, run and tell that, homeboy, home boy. We got your t-shirts and the left fingerprints and all you